Hello, welcome to another Demis Hellen tutorial, and today I'm going to show you my workflow to start off a trance bass line. Now I know I've done a few videos on bass lines, but I'm getting a lot of questions asking what sort of presets I use. So just to get a track started, I'll use Vengeance Metrum and I'll just pick a random preset, and we're going to go with UK Trance 2 today, and we'll rename that Kick. Now what I do is in the mixer I'll turn off the MIDI channels, so we've just got the audio, and as we go I name them so I remember. So kick and kick, and we're just going to loop one bar here. What I will do is I'll show you all the patches and the presets I use, or what I start with, because they never stay the same. It all gets tailored to the track that I'm working on. Okay, so we got that. I'm just going to choose 136. Okay, and then the first starting place that I have is in Nexus. Now, you can use any of the presets out of the bass section, especially the trance basses, but if you've got a bit of cash on the side or you already have this expansion, I use the expansion trance leads, and I use basically drive 2. Now, it's a very good starting place because you can throw in a rolling bass. We'll use G, and just cut the first note out of each bar. So we get this nice rolling effect. So we'll call that low mids for now, and then we do the same in the mixer, low mids. Now I'm not going to focus on EQ today, I'm just going to focus on the patches that I use. And then we're going to go to Massive. It's Nexus and Massive, that's all I use. I don't bother using Silent, I have them all, and it's I prefer to use Massive. I feel I have more control over things. It's just a preferred VST. So what I do use is this is the control, what's it called? Trance, a state of modern trance presets for Massive. They're available on Beatport and another one. And I use Uplifter Bass here. You get some cracking control over the kind of the mid-range frequencies. So this is the mid bass, and then we'll do the same here. Mid bass. So now if we just drag and drop the low mids onto there, and we'll just create a new rhythm here. Let's just chuck in some top notes just to fill in that gap, so we're still keeping the roll feel, but we're mixing it up a bit. Now with this sort of bass we have a lot of control, which I'll show you in a minute. For now, I'm just going to have a bit of drive, a bit more delay because it's a mid bass, and I'm just going to metalise it a bit, and then soften it. In fact, let's sharpen it a bit. So we've got a lot of control there with some of the macro controls, and that's the mid bass. And then for the high bass, I tend to use something out of Nexus again. A good start would be, and a good recommendation is the bass out of the normal presets and go down to dance bass, I think. Yep, dance bass. And like I said, we're going to call this high bass for a start. Let's just rename them before we forget. And I'm just going to chuck in some EQ here just to make it a high bass. And we're going to copy that down, and we're going to chuck it up 1 octave. Right, so we want a bit of click in there. Where are we? Why are we not playing? There we are. So it's just adding that little bit onto the top. So what we've got so far is a low mid, a mid bass, and a high bass. Now with the low mid, we just loaded the patch and did nothing with it. If we use the filter mod and just turn the cut off to about 8:30, we instantly have a better feel to the track. It's a better start. Now and then finally, which I tweak more at the end, if we just use Nexus here and find something that is quite raw. So if we just cheat and use the kick here, offbeat then, and I'll have an offbeat bass. So that can be sub offbeat, and we'll do the same in the mixer, sub offbeat. Right, so now we have 4 layers for the bass, and it's ready to start processing. That is kind of where I start, and then for a melody I do recommend obviously using Pluckstars, which is one of my own creations. If we get in there, right, we're gonna have to go and find it. Music production, presets, massive, mine, and we're going to use Stars Heaven. Pluckstars is the original, and then I've made a second version of Pluckstars which has some overall extra oscillators and some extra kind of grunginess. So I'll put that. If you want to actually have that, I might do a video of how to make that. We'll see. So I'll start with that. It's quite nice. If we just copy the low mids to start with, so we've got some notes to work with. This is what I typically kind of do. Let's just and we'll trick it up 1 octave. Double them up to make little chords out of them because we're pretty. So that is kind of how I start, and I'll just make some random tunes. And that is how it goes. They're the presets I use. If you want to see how I've developed Pluckstars into Pluckstars Heaven, I may do a video on that. We'll see in the future. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another video soon.